Great. You made it. As always, I'm excited to have you. Nervous about what you're going to say, but I'm here for it. See, because Question Time was founded on a longing for us to talk to one another through open dialogue, active listening, and the sharing of opinions and facts. See, we strive to move past the texting and get back to the good old days. You know, the days where audible words were used to convey a message and talk to people. I know, it's scary, but we can do it together. Now, there are a few things that are required before we start. One, we will be respectful, considerate, and courteous. We will also know that feelings might get hurt because not everybody agrees with everybody. But when all is said and done, we will leave not in hate, but in love and understanding. Number two, you can join the live by clicking the link pinned. Note that you do need to share the join, unless it's one of those pop on, pop off type of shows. However, if you plan to be on the panel for a prolonged period of time, and you know what I mean, be kind and share the show to your page. See, this shows us that you want your people to chime in, that you support our growth, and that you are encouraging us to press on to being a brilliantly successful show. Now, if you can't do that for Question Time's expansion, we get it, we understand. But you also have to understand that you can comment in the comment section. Crap out it to your mom. Okay? Now, let's get started. Raw News No Fluff presents to you Question Time with me, your host, Brandy Grant. I'll be back in 1 minute. Hello. We made it. Yes, we did. Okay, let me adjust this real quick. I think that's some kind of better. That's fine. Anywho, okay. So today's a great day. Today's a great day. What can I say? I can say that today is a great day. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. All right. I think, and I'll move over this way. Okay. Everybody good? Everybody good? I'm good. Okay. So today we are talking, today we are talking college. Yep. College. The cost of college, just college. Should we or should to go or not to go? That is the question. And I vote. I tell you what I vote. I tell you what I vote. Y'all probably know with what I said what I vote anyway. So let's talk about college. So this conversation came about from my cousin and I. We were talking about her daughter, and she has changed her major a few times, and she's still in the process of deciding what major she wants to do, really. But she's narrowing it down, and she's in her third year of college. I think it's her third year of college. So she's still trying to figure out what she wants to do, how she wants to do it, why she wants to do it. And my cousin and I had like a pretty in-depth conversation about it on what we thought or what she thought and what I thought. I was like, you know what, this would be a good topic for question time. I think it'd be a good topic for question time. Because college isn't what college used to be. And it's like a heck of a lot more expensive now than it was when my young self went to college. You know what I'm saying? My tender self went to college. Okay. So that is what we're talking about today. Do me a solid. I'm pulling on my sock right now. Sorry. I don't need to know all that, but now you know. So do me a solid, go ahead and share, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, because that is super important to me, that you all subscribe to the YouTube page. Okay. Ooh. There it is right there. Hopefully it's spelled correctly. If not, boop, 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 boop. Don't know what to tell you. But yes, Sir John conversation. Uh-oh. Morning, Sunshine. How are you?
I'm good. Too.
Good, good. Only a few minutes late, but it's okay. It's okay. You about to go to sleep now.
No, I'm
Day
coming
off?
to join the live.
You had the day off?
No, today was
Oh,
hectic. Today was very, very hectic. But I got to go to the gym, so it's always a good thing.
oh, nice. Where do you? I went to the gym too.
I go to the Y.
Why? Okay, okay, okay. I can't
It's the
afford
only
y'all.
place that allow it. It's the only place that has a daycare.
Yeah, I can't afford them. I can't afford y'all.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like that's the only place that we just pay for the family, and
Mm-hmm.
then and daycare is included, so I don't have to worry about that because a lot of the other places don't.
Well, I'm
And they
glad you
got all
got.
the equipment, so it's good.
I mean, if I could afford the watch, yeah, I'd probably go. I probably would go. But again, money, 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 money. I don't know who they trying to get, but it's not me. Okay, so you and I both went to college.
Yes.
Greg
Oh, you don't
Murray.
show the little names under the thing anymore?
Oh, when I do now, there you go.
Okay.
Professional. I
I
would love to
got
do.
17 degrees, girl.
You got like how many?
Uh, let me see. So I got an associate's, 2 bachelors, and 2 masters. So yeah, about 5 degrees. And I'm working on the other one, the doctorate.
I only got 3, and I'm good with them 3. They can take 2 of them back if they give me my money back.
Man,
They can show have them back. Oh, hey, I
the
don't want
first
them.
bachelors, they can have it because I'm not using it.
They can have my. They can have, I'm using it. They can have it.
The
They can
second
have
one
it.
is quite useful though.
Did you use grants? Did you use loans?
So funny thing is, my time at USF, that was mostly Bright Futures. Back when Bright Futures actually used to pay, that was mostly funded by Bright Futures.
Shout out to Bright Futures. Gave me a.
And that's the degree I'm not using.
Okay, that's all
Yeah.
right.
Because I was headed to medical school.
I was too.
I was headed to medical school. So it was a microbiology. It was
Ooh,
yeah. And then I got knocked up, so I ended up going to nursing school.
you went to nursing school because you got knocked up. Okay. Let me move this over because it's hitting my camera. There we go. So, well, congratulations. I mean, oh wait, no, you could have been in medical school. I just thought about that.
But I mean, I'm doing the same exact stuff, so
Basically,
because I'm a prescriber either way.
right. Oh, you good to go. You good to go. You good to go. Congratulations. I don't think I'm using any of my degrees. I think my degrees were so worthless, like stuff that they shouldn't even offer in colleges. And most of mine was my undergraduate was funded by Bright Futures and Pell Grant. Um, the masters though took out some loans I didn't need to take out because they made it seem like it was going to be more expensive than it was, and I was like, oh, I can get how much money? Okay, let me get that because I'm gonna have to pay my rent, blah 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 blah.
Exactly. You take the extended ones to kind of help with living costs because, of course, I went and did my other degree while I had now a newborn. So living expenses came up.
Girl, I would have. I would have lived in my car. I would have stayed lived in my car. I would. I
Well,
would
no, I didn't. I moved back home with my parents.
see, and I went to school. Where I got my master's. I wasn't near home. The regrets. The regrets. Don't take out student loans. And now I'm trying to get them. You got some of yours forgiven, right? Are all of yours forgiven? Your loans?
I
No.
wish. So I just need to find a job that's not for profit and do 2 more years, and then my loans will be forgiven. But most of the jobs that pay any money right now, they're for profit.
Yeah.
The goal is to work for the VA. VA, do you hear me? VA, are you looking for a psych nurse practitioner?
Have you been applying and stuff?
Honey, I apply twice a week to the VA. I'm even willing to take nursing positions at the VA to get my foot on in that door.
I'm trying to think who. I don't know anybody that who works in human resource that well. Actually, I think Ashley might know someone that works in the human resources of the VA.
So with the VA, it's like certain positions that it's very easy to get a job in.
Mm-hmm.
Like social work, they're always looking for social workers. So
really,
absolutely, social workers they definitely get into the VA a lot easier because social work is really much a thankless job.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the other jobs are veterans preference, veterans preference, veteran spouse preference. So it's harder when you're talking about provider level.
You're talking about trying to find a nonprofit job to pay off our student loans. She said she's been trying to get in the VA for forever. I was like, I don't know anybody that works in human resources, but Ash might. Or not.
Listen, most of my friends are military and they can't get me a job, and they work with the Department of Defense.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I'm gonna look into this social work thing. Worked there for 5 years, get my student loans paid off.
Yeah, social workers get into the VA real easy.
Noted. So the point of this conversation today was because my cousin and I were talking about how her daughter's in school and she has been changing her major a lot. And she was like, it's crazy how they forced you at 18. They basically forced you at 18 to pick a major. Like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Like at 18, I knew what I wanted to do, but I had no experience in what I wanted to do. And I hadn't touched any other things. So do you think that we should have freshmen in college pick their major that year?
Well, I don't know. Parents should start having the discussions with their kids from when they're like 16, 17. Like, what are you thinking? Like, mm-hmm. Because in a general speaking, if you know kind of what you want to get into, because remember, college is also not for everyone.
Right.
So I kind of I kind of knew from a young age that I wanted to be in the medical field, but not everybody. And of course, because when it comes to the islands or in, African countries, you're either a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a disappointment.
Right.
You really don't have many career options. So you got to pick one.
So it better be a good one.
So I kind of just had that in me since I was a kid because I knew I didn't want to be a teacher. I knew I didn't want to be a teacher because I have a fear of public speaking. And yeah, there's just, and accounting didn't really appeal to me, like dealing with money. And engineering didn't really appeal to me either. So I was just like, I like science. I like medicine. I could do that.
Nice. When you went to school, Ash, what did you major in? Did you change your major?
Yeah, I did. I went to school originally just to go to school because I felt like I had to.
You did?
And then I transferred from Hillsborough Community College to Clark Atlanta, and I was majoring in political science. Um, and my senior year, criminal justice and political science.
Yeah. Yeah. A
Yeah,
lawyer.
criminal justice was my major, political science was my minor. And then I remember at the end of my junior year, signs went up at Clark saying tuition was going up.
Ooh.
And I was a out of state student paying for college by myself, so I left. I got married, and I still took classes. It took me 12 years to get my degree. 12 long years. And when I went back to school, my sister Lolita, she said, pick something that's gonna last. I had no idea what I want to do. And she said, go digital. And so I picked web programming and digital publishing. I double majored in graphics and how to build websites. So I learned JavaScript, C++, all these classes. By the time I graduated, a year later, all the platforms came out. You can make your own website, WordPress and Squarespace and all this silly stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, dang. Wow. So I went back to school and got a BA in photography. And I did that since 2012. And now AI is pushing us out or slowing us down at least. But glory be to God, I can fall back on my digital publishing degree. So now I'm doing branding and marketing. And because of social media, it's a need. So I can marry my photography degree with my digital publishing degree and do full marketing for companies with social media management and all of that. But no, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew my mom wanted me to go to college and she wanted me to finish. And she wasn't going to let up till I did. So every year she was like, did you take a class this year? Time is going to go by either way. So you might as well take a class here and there. And 12 years later, my first degree was a general degree. I had so many credits. And you, Brandy, you was like, you get just a degree for having a certain amount of credits. I didn't know that.
Interdisciplinary studies, I think it's called.
Nah, it's liberal arts.
Liberal arts, liberal arts.
It's just a general liberal arts degree. So I went in, my children are getting louder. So I went in to my guidance counselor because I had, 100 plus credits with no degree. And she was like, yeah, we can give you something. And that was the ball. After that, I was getting certifications left and right because I had so many classes. Like, well, you got a certification in marketing, you got a certification in accounting, you got a certification in computer science and all this stuff. I'm like, what? All because Brandy told me, you got some. You better figure that out.
So your mama gonna be on you.
So mama can be quiet. You got some. So that's what I did.
Man, I changed my major. I went to the wrong school though. I definitely went to the wrong school. I shouldn't have gone to USF at all. I should have went to an HBCU where they would nurture and nourish the Black girl in me. And they would have kept me. I feel like they would have kept me like, nah, no, we're not doing that. We're not taking the easy route. And I tried to drop out 3 times. Mama said no. But I tried to drop out 3 times, literally. I said, can I drop out now? And she was like, no. And that's all it took was no. But I went from pre-med to, I think, biology to math to, I took an accounting class. Girl, first day, I said, nope, this is not for me because y'all speaking Mandarin in this mug.
Man.
Yeah,
I
counselors
hated,
no
I
joke.
hated statistics. I hated statistics.
It ain't no
I
joke.
like statistics. I
Mm.
changed my math major when I
I
got
did
linear
calculus
algebra.
just fine, but statistics, I was like, what language is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but when you get to linear algebra, that's where I was like, no, what is this?
See,
It sounds
that
so
was I was
easy.
more algebra based. That's why.
No, 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 no. Linear algebra is after uh
Physics.
No,
no, you got Calc 3.
uh,
Um
and then you got
dang.
the three classes combined, and then it's liberal. It
Yeah, it's
Then
like two classes after Calc 3.
Yeah, because it's like
okay.
calculus, statistics, and something that one class all combined.
Oh yes,
Then you
yes,
go
yes,
to
yes. I know what you're talking about. No, I
yeah,
never got before. Mm-mm.
I saw that. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. What is and I
That was
like
not
math. What
required,
is
so I
this?
did not take that class.
So I I changed my major so many times, and it's in it, and I feel like personally, I feel like when you're 18, I feel like colleges should give you a free year. You should get 1 year to explore different majors, explore different parts of like different courses that you were interested in as a kid. You
but you
get
But
do
one
get a free
year.
year.
but you
You
do
get
because
two
your
free
first
years.
year, yeah,
All
you
your
get.
general
No,
ed.
no, no. I mean, no cost.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh,
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I mean. To explore, to figure it out. But at year 2, 3, you have to. It's gonna cost you to play around. But I think you should get a year of free exploration.
Yeah,
okay.
good luck with that. I think that the military was my saving grace because I
Yeah.
left Clark because of tuition. Because my dumb self never thought to take out a student loan. I wish I would have and just got
Mm.
my doggone degree.
I
But
wish I would have joined the military.
I'm like, I'll just get out. But then I go to the military and then I get out and they're like, oh, you got your GI Bill, your post 9/11. We'll give you $40,000 if you stay in school. So I'm like, because it's like we'll give you additional BAH. So on top of whatever you're already getting, at the time it was $1,100 a month. Now it's 19, but you got an additional $1,100 for being in school, and it was paying for everything, books, tuition, and all that stuff. So I'm
And it
like,
pays for
I'm
your
gonna be a,
living expenses too.
yeah, that's BAH,
Oh,
basic housing allowance. Sorry, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna ride this thing out. So I got a degree. I'm like, well, I'll keep going, until they tell me you ran out your money, which is what I did. I used every dime. So
I'm so on fire.
I told Brandon to
That's
go.
one
She
thing
ain't
I
listen.
do wish I had joined the military.
I
me
told him.
too. I wish I would have done that because most of the people I know who went to the military, it's like they have so much right now. Like me, I'm like, okay, do I have retirement? Do I have a pension? Do I have anything to fall? None of that.
Do I have money coming in this month?
Yeah. I have all these friends who are like on disability now. They have their stuff set. They are set for life. They automatically, like when I lose my job, there's no money coming in. When they lose their job, they have a guaranteed $3,000 coming in every month, regardless.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
So it's, there's the benefits for the military. And, the GI Bill is great too. And the fact that your kids get to benefit from it as well. So
Depending on how you get out.
yeah, depending on how you get out. So yeah, that was one of my regrets. I didn't join the military because.
So, do you feel people should join the military prior to college, or is the military not like it used to be? I guess this is a question for you, Ash. Is the military not like it used to be?
No, I don't think it's like it used to be for sure. Because now it's easier, in my opinion. Because when we were in, you had basic training, and you were secluded from the real world. And that was it. Now they get stress cards, and it's like, oh, I need an hour break, or I need to call home, and they have to let them do it. We didn't have that. I think but I mean, some parts are harder. So like the PT test, from my understanding, has changed.
Yes.
So now you do like pull-ups and stuff like that. I didn't have to do the pull-ups. Would I have made it? I don't know, because I have no upper body strength. So, but I feel like I tell people all the time to join. That's me. People that's like, oh, I don't have a job, or I'm struggling, or
You don't know
I'm,
what you want to do.
I'm a single mom. Anybody with financial
Yeah.
worries, that's my
Yeah.
recommendation. Because I'm like, go in, make a plan. My father-in-law, God bless him, is the reason I went. The reason why my ex-husband went in and I went in. And he's like, baby girl, have a plan and we're gonna stick to the plan. He's like, you're gonna do your little 4 years and you're gonna get out. My contract ended up being 6 years. And he's like, do your 6 and get out. And for me, that was the best financial decision I ever made in my life because of the bonuses that happen after you get out. While you're in, it's great because you know you're gonna check the 1st and the 15th, no matter what. You could be the worst soldier there is, but you're gonna get a check the 1st and the 15th. But when you get out is when all of the benefits kick in, the VA loans and with no down payment and low interest rates and
No.
now they extended it because before you could use 2 at a time. You know, as long as you live in the house for a year, you can go and get another house, but you got to live in the house for a year. Now they like ball till you fall. Like as long as you live in it for a year, we'll keep doing it as long as your
That's what I'm
income
saying.
can support it.
And the
And
amount has gone up.
right, and
It got-
then also because when I got my house, you know, they look at what your income is or whatever, like every loan does. And let's say you make $2,000 a month. On the loan, they'll bump it for you to like 35. So you end up qualifying for more than you would have qualified for because they give you like a extra insurance because they're insuring you for that much. So so I think it has its benefits for sure. Anybody that's struggling, I'm like, I will help you study for that test so you get a good job when you in. And this thing happen.
I'm about to just take the ASVAB just to see what I get and see if they offer.
I took it. I actually took it when I was in high school.
Yeah, a lot of us took it in high school. I
I
know.
had to take it in high school.
I took it in middle
I'm about to
school.
go take it tomorrow just to see what I get.
I think you might have aged out.
First of all, I might.
I didn't age out yet.
They're like,
I'm
you
still
know
good.
what? Let's get her.
But I think
I can still go.
it's the best financial decision if you go in with a plan. And I in the military, I did X-rays and CTs. So I would do exit exams for people getting out. So I learned a lot about getting out, what you need to do for your disability to walk out with something. And then my father-in-law, he knew so much that he was like, you gotta do this, gotta do that. And I'm like, I can't be lying now. But I say go in with a plan, get the minimum contract, 3 years if you can, but 4, get in and go.
I think the minimum I can go in for now because I'll be going in as a medical officer. Like I'll be going into the medical corps. I think the minimum I can go in is like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. I think it's like something like that.
Yeah, if you already have the training.
Mhm.
But if you're getting trained, then and if you're getting trained at an officer status, you owe them the
time.
contract time
Brilliant.
plus training. So if they train you for 4 years to be a PA, you owe them whatever your contract was plus them 4 years.
Yeah, because I wanted to get for them to pay for this doctorate.
You should
When
do
I
it.
went, the
should do
dude
it.
said I couldn't go in as an officer, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And
Even
maybe
though
I
I'm
should
telling
went
her,
somebody else.
right? Even though I'm telling her you can,
And
but they
I
don't.
know, anyway.
They don't at that time recruiting was different. They had to meet a quota. So they don't get a quota for anyone that goes in as an officer. They only get it for enlisted. So of course he wants you to go enlisted because the officer doesn't count. And I'm trying to tell her that, but
So what
they
I'm gonna do?
know.
Well, you telling me that didn't help. You should have been like, I talked to him for you. That's what you should have done.
No, I can't.
I'm telling
You
you what
talk
he
to the
was
same
telling me.
person for you is for what?
I'm telling you what he was telling me.
I was in the service telling you
Not
that.
at that time. Boy, so what I'm gonna say? No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, I'm right. No, you're wrong. Like there's no
True story.
Anyway,
When I
feel
went
like
in,
it's too late now.
when I went in, I got to pick my job, and my father-in-law, he said, put me on speakerphone. He said, baby
He
girl,
didn't say put me on speakerphone, D. Go ahead.
he said, baby girl, I don't know what this is, but everybody that do 68 Papa They have it easy. He said, I don't know what that job is, but everybody I know that has it easy always say I'm a 68 Papa. So I went in and I said, I want to be a 68 Papa. They said, no, we don't have that open. And so I'm like, oh. So I go call him. He's like, put me on speakerphone. And he said, I put him on. He said, she's leaving. If she don't get that job, she's not enlisting. He said, now get up and leave. I got up. The guy said, wait. One just opened up. They're gonna say what they want to say to get you to do what they want you to do. So, and end up being an X-ray tech. I didn't know it was X-ray tech. I said, I'm gonna do it because he told me to do it. Thank God for him. I love him. I don't care what nobody say. I love that man.
Well, I'm gonna go take my ass back tomorrow to see what happens.
Yeah,
Anyway, the worst they can
Of
say
course
is
it's good,
you're a
brother.
genius, but you can't get in. That's the worst
No,
they
well,
can
the cutoff is 42.
say. Girl, it don't matter. I'm gonna go take my ass back, and they're gonna be like, "You're freaking dumb. You're a Marine."
No, Marines ain't.
Nah, Marines.
But
I think they max
42,
out
then
at
you good.
32.
Yeah.
But okay,
Because when I went in, there was a 41-year-old that was going through basic training with me, a black guy that was outrunning all us.
that was another problem of mine. Running running don't like me.
But your age, you get more time, so you'll be good.
Coming, Shani. Don't worry, how? Shoot. Okay, so my next question is: do you think college people should go to college?
You do think what?
What? People should go to college.
Oh,
And that answered the question right there.
I tell my girls that I don't think it's necessary. I don't, but I think that they would be foolish not to go because they get BH because
Right.
their college is paid for because of the military. Thank God for that. But they're gonna get an automatic if they stay in Florida at least $1,900 a month, and by the time they get grown, it's gonna be way higher. But so you would be foolish not to go to school at least part time to get those benefits.
So they'll get $1,900 a month plus paying for their college.
Yeah, their college is already paid. Yeah, plus college books.
Let me start a college. Let me start a college. Y'all come to my college, got dug it.
And you can repeat a class once.
and they pay for repeated classes.
Yeah, but once, like if you fail that same class or get a D twice, you owe them the money. That third time, you got to pay them for
You
all
gotta
that
get
you
the
used. Yeah, for the two that you wasted on them too. Yeah,
So you got to pay them back and take the class the third time.
yeah. You only can mess it up twice. I mean, once.
There's no failing in this house.
Right, because they don't want people to just get BAH and they're not applying themselves, because then you just
Right.
cheating the system. You got to actually take the classes.
Do you think people should go to college?
Do I think everyone should go to college?
I mean, just people in general. You can break it up however you want to.
I mean, depends on what you want to do. Depends on what you want, your career goals, because not every career requires. But like, for example, medicine. Would you like to know that your doctor did not go to college?
No.
Exactly.
I need you to have
So it depends on your career goals.
Not on me. Don't have your practice on me.
Exactly. So it depends on your career goals. If you don't know what your career goals are, I don't think you should go to college until you know what you want to do, because it's a waste of money. It's an absolutely waste of money. Because I don't honestly think you need to go to school for a business degree to have a business.
Trust me, I know. I have one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because they tell you about all these different things. Oh, get this, because some of them advisors, I feel like the school was giving them a cut just to recommend certain majors that it's like they're not going to do anything for you. Like certain majors, I'm just like, why do you even have this? Like, because like nursing, that's a good one, because you know that after you finish school, you pass your boards, you get a job.
Right.
But that's what they were marketing to us when, no matter what, as long as you have a bachelor's degree, you'll get a job. You know how many people, because when I was supposed to be done, basically I was working with all these people who had bachelor's degrees, and then there was because it was also the recession. Nobody was getting jobs. All these people who had degrees, no jobs. Because that's what they told you. Go to college, go to school, you'll get a job.
Right. If you have a college degree, you'll get the job.
Exactly.
Man,
You can have your college degree in underwater basket weaving. You'll get a job.
you'll get a job, baby.
But
I
no.
think, I think making it mandatory for a job is bothersome too, because certain things, like you say, you don't need like to be a social media strategist. Now you have to go to school to be a social media manager. Like, get out of here.
I can understand going for like a technical degree, like if you need the training, you know, like I'm saying, going to technical
Like
school.
I think they were doing too much. Like, because I mean, when I went through it, it was just you're certified to do. It was a certification.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it should still be. Because you can learn it. You don't need a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree.
Exactly.
For social media. You take the right classes and let's keep it moving.
I
I
agree.
feel like the only ones you need degrees for is something medical. I think the legal,
Law,
and law.
The law industry, not even law. I think they just need to put that junk in plain English and stop using words that confuse the regular human being. You wouldn't need a degree for law. But since they write it how they write it, sure, a law degree. So medical, law.
I think you should have a degree to be a police officer.
You need to have a mental, yeah.
They need to have a better psych exam for them.
Right. They need to have a degree. You need to have real training.
They need to make a polygraph before. They need to make a polygraph before. They need to have a proper psych mental health assessment. They need to have like once you're going to give people weapons.
Right. It needs to be like getting
the military don't have degrees.
A top security clearance. We don't have degrees, but we go through a lot of training. You don't just get a gun. I mean, and then you have to continue to go to the range, you know, throughout the year. You don't just learn that base training and
How
you're done.
often do y'all have psych evaluations though?
And don't they do it annually?
A psych evaluation? What's that?
I think usually that's post.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. Any job that requires you to have a weapon, I feel like they need to have a psych eval.
No, you weed yourself out. What it's like, you weed yourself out. I'm telling you, when we went through basic training, some of the people they showed it.
Shouldn't have had a weapon,
but they showed it because like they're like, okay, this person, watch her. You know, after a while, you can't hold that junk, especially when you with somebody 24/7 for 14 weeks. You can't hold it. You're crazy.
Right. I think, and if you do decide to go to college, I don't care what your major is. I don't care what you decide to do it in. I say go to a community college first. It's the exact same thing as the first 2 years of your 4-year college. It's just half the freaking price. So I'm like, don't go straight to a 4-year. And I would encourage Black kids, go to an HBCU. I don't know if that's bad or not, but go to an HBCU. They know how to nurture. They know how to nurture. Like I asked my mom about how how segregation and desegregation was when she was younger, and she was like, at segregated schools, Black teachers knew how to teach Black students because they lived the life, they knew what they would have to face when they got older. And I feel like HBCUs also nurture that in their students. Like, this is what you need to focus, get it together, and let's work.
I don't agree with that.
No, not at all.
I can see that side, but I can also see the fact that could possibly be a hindrance because, of course, your life is not going to be HBCU. Like when you go into corporate America.
I disagree because of where we are today. Now, when I went to Clark, I would agree with that statement. They did care about your education. They wanted you to succeed because I paid out of pocket and I was struggling. Like, I didn't enjoy my college experience because I went to school, went straight
Except when I came to visit.
Right. Went to work, did my schoolwork at the Marriott counter, and then it was like a revolving cycle of work. And I could not afford college because I just decided I'm going to go to Clark Atlanta. And I got in and I drove from Tampa to Clark. But anyway, I couldn't pay my tuition. And I did go to the finance department and the registrar. And that guy did work the deal out with me. He was like, I see you trying. Because I wasn't enrolled in one of my classes because I couldn't pay for it. But I was showing up. And the professor, he was like, hey, Grant. He's like, you're not on my roll. And I'm like, I know, I will be though. Like, it's halfway through the semester. And I'm thinking,
Don't worry about me. Just
I will be though. And he's like, no, you can't, like, you turning in papers, but why am I grading this? You're not on my roll. And he was like,
You're
you need to
getting
go.
A's.
He's like, don't come back
Great
to my
grades.
class. Right. He's like, don't come back. And so I went and I explained to the guy, I can't afford this last class. And he said, I'm going to put you on a payment plan. Every time you get a paycheck, you come and you give me this amount. And that's not the way to do it. And that's not the way it's supposed to be done. But he did that for a year for me. But so I do feel like they are invested in you they want you to win.
Mhm.
But now, because of the attitudes of the students and their disrespect
And the
See, entitlement, professors are different based on that. So I don't think it's the same anymore. I feel
Right.
like we've ruined that family.
Not we.
We as in people, as in Black people,
Oh.
have ruined that culture. I want communities. We're all in this together. Now it's just like, dude, sit down. I could never do that today. What I did, I'm a liability. They'd be like, girl, get out of here.
Right. Huge. Because most of these jokers would be like, I ain't gonna pay him back. I'm gonna take this class, get this grade, and if he says anything, he gonna get in trouble because he shouldn't have did it in the first place.
Right now, it's a setup. But I don't know how that worked out, but it worked out. I'm telling you, I was halfway through, and I'm like, I'm gonna be in there.
So you were like, what was that, like higher learning?
I don't know.
Where he couldn't afford the class. They were like, I'll give you.
I think so.
You come and make payments.
I guess I don't remember.
Williams. That horrible accent Lawrence Fishburne had. And Chad, did you want to add anything, Chad?
Chad, folding clothes.
Don't do that. Don't do my Chad like that. He probably is folding clothes. Don't do my Chad like that. Folding clothes and making something to eat. Did Chad? I don't know if Chad went to college. Oh, what is this? I see. Oh, okay. So you have your degree so you use your degree now, Ashley. Did you use two of your degrees, but three of them they just sitting on the?
No, I used three of them.
Which one? Your associates? Or your two
Well,
masters?
it's nursing. So I have nursing. I have an associate's in nursing, bachelor's in nursing, and two masters in nursing, and I have a bachelor's in biology. It's the biology one I don't use.
Okay.
Because the biology was for medicine.
I mean, you still technically use that one.
Mm-hmm. I also did like 4 years religious studies and sociology along with that.
Oh yeah, I majored in sociology.
I love sociology. That was probably my favorite of all the college subjects. Yeah. I love those classes so much.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. And to me, I think that taking those with the religious studies and all of that, it made me get a better understanding of people.
Yeah, I took religious studies. I didn't major in it, but I had to take it at Clark. And I thought that was really good. Oh, that's okay. I will say that about HBCUs. All of the classes, not all, but most of the classes are rooted in African American culture. So like we had to take African American religious studies. Like that was the class. It wasn't just religious studies. So I had to go to Black Catholic services and Black Methodists. Like you had to actually go. And then instead of I remember it was environmental racism was one of my classes because everything had to do with Black culture, like the Black progression of people, right? And so that I did like every class was focused for Black people, so I learned a lot for sure.
I'm just reading Chad's comment.
I would have thrived in that. Oh yeah, she got a lot. I don't use none of my degrees. I got my associate. My undergraduate was interdisciplinary social science was the one you were talking about, but it's in sociology and Africana studies. And I remember at USF they had a white person teaching intro to the Black
Yes.
experience. So I was like, what the freak?
I remember that.
What the freak?
I
How
think
can
I
you
took
teach
that
me?
class too.
Huh?
But I did take an Africana studies when I was at FIU, and it was taught by a white man, but he spent a lot of time living in Africa.
I don't care. Well, that's studying. That's studying African
Right,
American
that
life.
makes
That's
sense.
studying.
Africana studies
But
makes
to
sense.
introduce me to the Black experience,
Yeah,
Right.
no.
no, not at all. I think my favorite class was Racism in America, because in that class I got to be, I got this. You can say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about racism, so calm down. And I think after that class, I took like a sociology class at SEC at the time, and I wrote a paper on Black versus white intergroup perspective. And my teacher, he sent me to the. He's like, the dean would like to see you. I'm like, for what? He was like, I let her read your paper. And she said she wanted to see you about it. I'm like, dang, I'm in trouble, like, about my paper, bro. So I go in there and I sit down. It's a Black lady. And she's like, I've never seen a paper written so well in my life. Let me show you a couple of things you can change, but I think it's very well written. I went back in the class and she's like, so what'd she say? I'm like, she said it was a very good paper. He was like, oh, it was a white guy. He was so nervous. But I'm like, it's about sociology, the experiences, like social interactions between people.
Yeah.
And he was not having it. But and then I mean, sociology was good. I mean, I feel like
I love sociology.
I'm good at interacting with people, so it's like dropping the bucket. I did meet like one of my good friend of mine in one of those classes, so that worked out. And then my master's is in business, and I think that is just the dumbest master's to get. And I probably only got that because my mom applied to school for me. I came home and she's like, "Oh, and you got in?" I'm like, "Got into what?" She was like, "The master's program." I was like, "I didn't apply." She said, "I did for you." Okay, mommy. Thanks. So I got that, and then my emphasis was marketing management and leadership. That's an on-the-job training job. Like anything with business is straight on-the-job training. You're going to learn so much more by going to a company you want to work for, or you like their structure, or whatever the case may be, and learn within that company.
That's why I said, like, when it comes to business degrees, I'm just like, that just because I know so many people with business degrees that do not own their own business, never, and then they be working in retail.
One of my sociology classes, because I was talking about one of the lives I was saying about the questions to ask like a potential partner. I got that from one of my classes. It was family. It was like a family sociology class. I can't remember which one it was. Marriage and family.
Okay.
Okay.
And, yeah. So I love sociology because I lean more to sociology than psychology. Because I do believe it's more nurture. And it's not always just nature. It's more nurture. Like, how did you grow up? That really determines.
Well, psychology is also nurture too. But
yeah, but they believe it's more nature than nurture, where sociology is more nurture than nature.
Okay.
Like it's your things that happen to you versus what you were born, with.
And also things that happen around you.
Right. Yeah. For sociology.
Where psychology is more mental, is more
right.
I feel like when I took my psychology classes, it was more mental, more internal. Yeah. And they added the aspect of, so how did your parents treat you? How did the father like that? But they didn't include like all the aspects of like seeing how society is, or
neighborhood,
trying to figure out how to work with society.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I didn't like sociology, because I did. Because I think sociology is one of those things that allows you to speak most freely in class. But I remember taking a feminism class. And when I say them chicks hated me, they hated me. I didn't agree with none of it. But you're a female. That's right. You're not with feminism. I am not. Take that somewhere else. What is wrong with a lot then? But I enjoyed sociology for that aspect. I enjoyed Africana Studies because my teacher, I don't know if you remember, there was a teacher that she had sister locks or
Yes.
micros.
I know I think that's who I had for my intro to, because I knew about the white teacher, but I didn't have the white teacher. Mine was the lady with the sister locks.
And they were like silver.
Mm-hmm.
Loved her.
Because she was the one who showed the Sankofa movie. I like that.
And she was so black.
she was absolutely black.
I'm black.
Unapologetically black.
Legit. And she was like, we're going to this. We have a field trip. We took field trips in our class. She was like, we're going to this museum and we're going to talk about it. If you don't feel comfortable going, if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, oh, well, I'll see you there. It's a part of life. Moving on. But do I need to go to college for Africana Studies? No, I should be learning that in elementary school, middle school, and high school.
And that's the thing, is that stuff is not introduced to us until we go to college.
Right. And that's dumb. I have to pay, and then the cost of college is ridiculous. And then once you get out, like I got
no guarantee for work.
Not even no guarantee. You're overqualified.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean? They told me that if I get this, then I can get a job. And then also when you get out of college, they say you need 5 years or 2 to 5 years of experience.
And you can't find it. You can't get no experience.
I just got out of college. I learned all this stuff to be in the position that I'm applying for, but I don't have enough experience.
It's the same thing with nursing too. And also when I had a bachelor's in biology, the only jobs I was able to get was call centers.
Sorry.
Call centers.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. It was terrible.
I mean, you could teach.
Huh?
I mean, you could teach. I did not want to teach.
I told you I don't do public speaking, so that wouldn't. Lesson plans.
Yeah,
that's the part. Yeah.
You said lesson plans is the part that you don't like?
Yeah, that counts me out. I'm done. I want to wing it every day. I would want to be a
when I taught, that's what I did. Winged it. This is what we're going to learn. We're going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. That's the lesson plan. That's the plan for today's lesson. We finished on 3 yesterday. Let's go to 4.
Right.
Now I can teach because I can teach nurses, but.
Well, yeah, I don't mind teaching, but outside of the class structure. So, because I do teach classes on marketing and branding, but those are the businesses and churches, who are, but it's not, I'm not
it's an informal, not formal type of situation.
Right. And it's not within the educational
you have more freedoms that way.
So if you're interested in doing a class on branding, marketing, I'm definitely available.
I definitely need that class because I know nothing about marketing.
I got a degree in it. I know nothing about marketing.
Listen, my first business that I tried to start, disaster.
You gotta stick it through.
The first 40 businesses I tried to start.
She said first 40. Jesus.
Yeah. I had some great business ideas though. I just didn't have the that was before I got my degrees. Like, and not that it matters, but before I just didn't have the resources to see them through. But like I said, college wasn't necessary for that process.
It wasn't. Like I was so used to stuff like being word of mouth because I did hair and I consistently had clients. Mm-hmm. And then but that was word of mouth. So now with the new thing where it's like you have to have social media, you have to have funneling and all this different stuff. I don't know nothing about that. And I don't have time to be posting 17 times a day. I just don't.
That's why you hire someone to do it who has a degree.
Exactly.
It's social crap.
Because
there you go. You can hire Ashley to do it. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it.
I interesting enough, I don't like doing it for myself, but I'll do it for my client.
You'll do it for others.
Which is weird.
I won't do it for others.
Now I'll give you a whole social media strategy, a plan, 30 days at a time, and we'll rock it out.
I might take you up on that offer.
Yeah.
I might take you
I'm
out.
already signed up. Cheers.
Yeah.
Might take
Because
you off of
I
that offer.
want
I'd rather
to.
hire somebody to do it honestly than to do it myself. I just want to treat patients. I don't want to do none of that background stuff. I don't.
I'm about to go back to school. Just so my loans get deferred.
Yeah.
Parents.
What are you gonna go to school for? Do you know?
Girl, no. Anything.
Underwater basket weaving.
Yes, that's a guaranteed money when I graduate from what I hear.
Take 2 classes every 6 months.
I was thinking sign language.
You better affirm in.
Oh.
You get them 3
I'm
years.
going to take my ASVAB tomorrow.
They gonna go.
Look
It's
for
gonna
me,
go
Air
by
Force.
either way.
Who, me or her?
Either one. I mean, 3 years gonna go by, no matter how you slice it.
Right. Look for me, Air Force. I'm gonna put my little 3 year, my little ASVAB in. Hi, what
Yeah,
can I
mine
help
would
you?
be
I'm
Air
just here to
Force
take my
or
ASVAB and
Navy.
see what I get.
I would
Should I
say
study first?
Hmm?
Should I study for my ASVAB first, or should I just go wing it?
Just wing
girl,
it.
just take the test.
You already got a degree.
Yeah.
Girl, but
It's basic information.
girl, I
And
can
I
teach her a
don't
little
know.
bit of sign language. I can't teach her a lot. Oh, but she can sign
That's
language
really.
counts as a 2 year sign language. I'm sorry, I'm sure it's Whitney. It is. Sign language counts as a foreign language in Florida.
Yeah, I took 2 years of sign language, ASL. Kelsey's taking it now.
I took 4 years of Spanish.
Me too.
What a waste.
I took 2 years. Dos años. La clase de español. That's all I got. And la
I
cucho de
only know Spanish because I had to communicate. I lived in Miami and I had to communicate with my patients. So I had to make sure I learned it.
Good. Oh,
so you
good.
know Spanish?
Don't tell my employers that.
Girl, teach me. I'm on my Spanish learning software. I'm gonna learn it by April. That's my goal, to learn it by April.
Okay.
Watch me. I don't even know how to say that in Spanish, but watch me. Mírame.
Right. They have I don't know if it's the same now, but I know the military, you could go in on the buddy system. So if you and a friend join at the same time, they will keep you together if you got the same job. So your first duty station, you will be with your buddy. So that way it kind of helps you go in and be okay. And you just always, you had somebody.
Well, these two advanced for me, so we can't go on a buddy system.
But you can get stationed the same, even without the same job, you can still get stationed together.
I'm trying to get stationed at McDill.
I'm trying to get stationed here.
They try to keep you in your region, but now, because I know they changed it when I was in, because if you're from the southeast, they try to keep you in the southeast, because then they don't have to retrain you on weather. So they're not going to move you up north and you're not used to that kind of weather. They try not to.
But the thing is, I heard when you go in as an officer, you really don't have no say.
Yes, you do. You got the most say, because my last name was Major when I went in. So I remember leaving Walter Reed, getting ready to leave Walter Reed, and I was going to go to where my ex-husband was in Louisiana. And so she goes in, she's like, oh, where do you want to go? And I'm like, what do you mean, where do I want to go? She's like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I'm going to go to Louisiana. She's like, you're choosing Louisiana? She said, but you're a major. You can pick where you want to go. She thought my last name was my rank. And so I'm like, well, in that case, I'll go to the Pentagon. But now I said,
right.
I said, no, I'm going to go to Louisiana. And she was like, oh, your last name is Major. What am I talking about? You don't get a choice. And I was like, oh. But that's how I found out officers do get to decide.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna take my ASVAB tomorrow. But the PT test is different now. Like it's a lot different now.
But I also heard that the things that they do, the weight requirement and all that is different. It's less stringent for
Black women. It's ended for Black women because it was unfair. It was unfair to Black women because so they call that for, because when I was in, it was only three categories: run, sit-ups, push-ups. Now I think it's like 5, but they call your height and weight the 4th test because you have to be proportioned a certain way. So Black women was always failing it because they have more hips, and so they was like, no, you're too big here. So they would get on profiles, like they would have to do PT twice a day, because if you fail height and weight, you got to do double PT. So yeah. So because I just thought she was short, but she was curvy. So your height and weight have to match. So had she been taller with the same curve, she would have been fine. But because she was short, so that's tough.
So do they give bonuses for people who are stick figures?
No,
You're I can't stand you.
But officers is more laxed.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's for the officers.
Because I know, like, because your push-ups, you have to go down, and then lock your arms coming up. Them officers be like, they ain't even doing it, and it's like this, and they're like 1, 2, 3, because they're who finna say you got a 0 because you ain't doing yet.
I did how many?
So they be penciling their stuff in. They coming in way past the run time. They put them right at time. It's like, come on now.
I'm not worried about the PT test. It's just the physical one where they have to measure. That's the one I wouldn't do well with.
Yeah, but officers,
they don't care about that.
Real bad officers that passed the PT test with flying colors. Didn't even get out in front.
36.
Seriously, the higher up you are,
24.
The higher up you are, the less.
That's why I'm here on this weight loss journey right now, because I was thinking about enlisting. Not enlisting, but signing those papers.
Taking your ass back?
Yes.
So you would do reserve? You said not enlisting.
Yeah, you did say that.
I don't know yet. Because I'm a single mom with 2 kids. What am I gonna do with my kids?
And I guess riddle me this then. What would you I mean, I wouldn't do reserve because once you retire out or whatever you get out, whatever, they give you like a portion of like nothing basically.
Reserve is a waste of time.
Thug life.
In my opinion, you go for so many years because you don't get to pull it. Then you don't get full benefits. You don't get the college part. Like a lot of that stuff, all the benefits aren't there. You don't get medical. Like it's very minimal what a reservist gets.
Right, because you're only there once a week, 2 weeks, once a week, once a month.
One week out of the 2 weeks out of the year, and then a weekend every month.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they're not paying you. They're not helping you out to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It would be enlisted, I guess, but I thought it was called something different when you go in as an officer.
It's enlisted.
You're still enlisted. You're
okay.
just an officer.
Just on the gold side. It's just gold and green, so you'll be on the gold side. But but if you go in as a single parent, you have to assign your children to somebody.
I know.
Because you have to have a family care plan.
Oh, somebody you should assign.
Yeah.
Sale.
No, you have to give your children to somebody.
I just give them to my parents,
and they have to sign these paperwork. So it's just a family care plan, and they saying if you get called for deployment, you have somebody that will take your children. But the moment you're like, my mom was my family care plan, but then my mom ends up having a stroke the year before I get out, so she's no longer my family care plan. Now they say, okay, you need a family care plan, you got to get out. So I'm like, oh, okay. You ain't heard me. Don't threaten me with a good time. But
I'm out.
But you would just have to give them rights until you get through basic training and your job training, and then you get them back.
Yeah. You know what's interesting?
It's worth it. I don't care what nobody say. If you got financial stuff and you trying to like just level your life up and just have that, because financial will kill you, and just have that little blessed assurance, I would do it.
I think it's very interesting that you didn't put me as your care plan.
I wanted somebody that was going to take care of my kids.
Wow.
I need my mother.
Wow. Keep that in mind. Locked.
Maybe he was young.
Locked.
You was living
I
your
would say
life.
anyway, college not necessary unless you're going to be a doctor. Trade school is important if you're going to be like and I would suggest somebody doing trade school
I prefer
over
trade
college.
school.
Go be
Yes.
an electrician, a plumber, HVAC, like do that.
That's
Little
what
tip.
I've always promoted trade school. Go IT, go IT, go anything
What is that?
physical. IT, huh?
No, I know IT. It's another one like when people are trying to break hacker or whatever they do,
Yeah,
Oh,
cybersecurity.
IT,
cybersecurity.
cybersecurity.
Yeah. You need a degree in that. I think that you should go to school for that.
Oh,
Now.
you got to.
That's but little known fact, or I don't know if it's little known, but just an interesting fact since we talk about the military. Trade school works just like college. So if you get out and you go to trade school, you can go to culinary school. They don't care. You're gonna still get BAH. They're gonna still pay for it, and the whole nine. Any additional learning you do.
I want my kids
I just want
taken care of. I don't want to pay for college for my kids.
You got to get 100% or move to a different state.
I just want my student loans paid off.
Because I think if you're like a citizen of like an Alabama resident, I think all you need is 40% your child goes to college for free. Florida though, Florida, Texas, Louisiana is 100%. I think California is 100 too. So you just got to look at the different states.
It's probably because the cost of schools in those states are so high.
And just Florida, Texas, California, we just in New York, we just have more stronger
More
laws.
people.
Just
More
yeah,
people.
we just have, it's just harder things like our gun law. All those things are just different in those states. And those states typically like run together as far as how they do stuff. So you got to be 100% for Florida, and 100% to get your property tax taken off and all stuff.
When you say 100% disability,
Yeah.
okay.
And
I just want you to pay all my student loans. That's it.
100% for college, but for property tax, you have to be 100% permanent and total, which is like a next level.
My neighbor's that.
Pray my strength in the Lord, y'all.
Amen.
Touch and agree with a sister, because I'm trying to get it.
But that's really all that I wanted to talk about today. I mean, I'm glad we got into this military thing because I'm gonna go like they still use paper and pencil and bubbles. You know how you fill in the circles?
No.
on aspect?
It wasn't like
now.
it was computer when I went in.
They work with their iPads now.
Right.
I went in
Put glasses
2007.
on.
It was computer.
Can you?
'Cause all you
zoom in
gotta
on
do-
this, please.
And take the ASVAB. This when I went in, you had to duck walk like a couple of feet, like from one side of the room to the and then back. You had to
What's
do
a
at least
duck walk?
when you
Well,
get low.
we squat down and walk to
Yeah,
show that
squat.
show that you got good knees.
Oh, I got
You gotta
that.
make you gotta make me. You had to do one push up, and then like I think it was like 12 jumping jacks or something like that.
When they came to that, we had to basically hold the not actually do a pull up, but we had to hold on to the bar and then last for like a minute or something like that.
When'd you do that?
That was like in 2005.
See, I didn't have to do that. I joined 2007.
No, that was no. That was 2000. Yeah, 2004, 2005.
Yeah, I didn't have to do that. Thank God.
Nah,
I mean, I
when
could
they
do that,
doing
but
these PT tests, you have to. It depends on what you do with like your job. So, but some people don't have to run. Some people like pilots, for example, pilots have to do running, like they have to do everything. They have to do it in a certain amount of time. And then, like if you have, let's say you're like some sappy job, like an X-ray tech, all you have to do is read the letters from 5 feet. Like so it was weird what he was saying.
no.
Weird.
And what branch of service?
It was Air Force that I talked to.
Because every job when you join cause excellent. If what
Any advanced learning, but you don't need it one. But society benefits 2 individuals are enriched for a lifetime 3. It should all be free. Alabama was not free for college. That's Georgia. Hope Scholarship pays tuition for 4 years. Any state school issue. Well, first of all, that big old knot you put on there does not relate to what we were talking about.
We were talking about the
Sir.
military. We were talking about the military.
military
that?
Oscar.
paying 100%.
Okay. You know, we're talking about military disability, sir.
Yeah, we're
If
talking
your
about
parents
military
have
paying
three.
100%.
If your parents have 100%, but no, I forgot. Oh no, when out in the army, they tell you your first job is infantry. So everybody has to, because if something go down, you got to defend yourself. They don't care what your job is. You have to defend your space. You know, you can't be talking about, I'm an X-ray tech. All I'm gonna do is keep scanning. They're like, no, you better
Put this
find-
on so you don't get
Right.
cancer. Put it
So-
around your neck.
Yeah, so to say people have to run, everybody PT test is the same because everybody have to be ready to when it go down. I was X-ray tech, but that was my second MOS. My first is infantry. Everybody is infantry because you need to get your mind ready for life, literally for life.
Well, I know people had to do maybe everybody had to run, but not everybody had to run within a certain amount of time. I mean, as a pilot, do I need to run? I guess you do have to run because if your plane crash, you better run.
Or if you got to run to it. But I think
You
he's
have to
talking
jump.
about,
You have to have strong knees
yeah, I think he's talking about
You're doing these knees.
because if you jumping out of planes and stuff.
I'm talking about a pilot, girl.
Well, they have to learn that too, jumping, because that's survival. They have to pass that. But I think he's talking about going to the next rank. Because in the Air Force, it is different. The Air Force is you test up to the next rank, which I wish. But in the Army is your time in, and did you get a certain amount of points? Like, did you take, so it was different. But yeah, I think he's talking about rank up, like going up a rank.
Well, this is also the same person that said I couldn't get in as an officer, had to go as enlisted. So I guess nothing he said was true. I'm gonna go see him tomorrow and take that ass out and look at him the whole time I'm clicking.
I doubt if he's still there. If he's still there, then he doing something wrong. All them years.
Or he likes it there.
Some people
Yeah.
like the recruiting.
I'm talking about, you can't stay up in no military that long. You got to go.
I don't know. Some people
like-
done did 20, 30 years in there.
3 years ago.
Yeah, 30. I found, yeah, but that's about it.
And I feel like people in the Air Force stay longer. So we've decided that college isn't necessary unless you're like cutting somebody open or having something to do with the human body. Trade schools are more valuable than college. I think trade schools are more, well, let me not speak for the masses. Trade schools are more important than college, more valuable. And if you're going for free, now like Ash said, if you're going, like if you get in college for free, forget that. Go.
But see, she said that they consider trade school the same as college. So I prefer for them to go to trade school because at least
Yeah.
get a job afterwards.
I mean, shoot, do both.
Right. The only thing with trade school is it ends quickly.
Right.
So you're going to
But-
end up, if you want to be an H, you're going to end up taking a couple classes here and there. Like regular, like going to college. Because, I mean, I would want my children to go to trade school if that's what they want to do, but still take,
But you can do multiple certifications.
yeah, you got to
Do
just
both.
wait till and then when all your money get out, then when you run out of money, okay.
Thank you, government.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. So social media, because that's where it's at. Ash, you can tell us how to contact you via the social media. Do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my company is called Wild Gains, WILDE Gains, GAINES. And you can reach me.
Hold on. Let me get a pen. Wild
You can find me on social. Just click the social here. The yeah, just send me a message on Messenger.
Okay.
But I
I'll do
do
that.
have breaking news, which I'm very excited about. Find me on TikTok. I am the Great American Puzzler, the Great Puzzler. I'm gonna start doing puzzles on TikTok. I love a good puzzle, and I'm gonna see where it goes. My daughter is actually gonna manage my TikTok page, and We're gonna see. Oh, WILDE. Wild.
Okay. Wild games.
But yeah. So anyway,
So
but
you're gonna
yeah,
be the great puzzler.
the Great Puzzler. I'm so excited. So I bought some puzzles, and I'm going to puzzle my way into my happiness.
Like physical puzzles, the cutout ones?
Yep, physical
Or
puzzles.
you're talking about like brain teasers and stuff?
Any brain teaser, but mostly physical puzzles.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna do 24-hour puzzle-thons, where I'm gonna put together a puzzle and I'm gonna go live
Do a time capsule.
the whole time. Like I'm gonna start in the morning, like at 7 a.m. and I'm gonna talk, have snacks, and I'm just gonna put together my puzzle and see who watches.
You're talking about the 1,000 puzzles, the 1,000-piece puzzles.
Yeah, I just did 1,000-piece puzzle, or sometimes 1,500,
Right.
600, just different. So yeah, and Brandy's here just smiling. I should go. Hold on one second, y'all. Don't. I'm gonna turn on my camera, but I'm gonna go grab.
You ain't got to tell my business. You ain't got to tell my business. You ain't got to tell my business. 3D. What is 3D? What is 3D, Whitney? Oh, so you guys, Wild Games is a company. They do social media strategy. If you need help with getting your social media done, because I'm using them, and I'm blessed to have it. But they help you with what you need to post. They give you images for posting, this, that, and the third, and they help you cater your social media to your business so that you're more focused on getting your demographic and not touching everybody, because you only want to get your target audience, and that's what they're helping you get, your target audience.
Your
Some of us just be posting
call it
just
your
to post.
avatar. They say your avatar.
Right, your ideal client. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh, are you doing 3D and 4D puzzles? What is that?
I bought a puzzle
Uh-huh.
Okay.
to challenge you. I'm challenging Brandy to a puzzle off.
I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna do stuff like this on my channel, but I bought you a puzzle. So we have the exact same puzzle, and who finishes it first? Because Brandy is really good with brain stuff. Like, I love a brain challenge. Anything that challenges me, like, I'll try to think about how many things can I think of at one time. Can I say the alphabet? Can I count, clap, say a song? Like, how many things can my brain do? I love it. And Brandy's ironically pretty good at it. So,
Ironically,
do you accept it?
yeah.
So I see you when you're here. And they're not open.
She's been studying it though.
No, I haven't. Whatever. I'm excited. So I love puzzles.
Who does that? Like, who does this?
Your sister does.
Clearly, right?
D, if you want to get in on it, I'll buy one more.
Listen, I mean, I would love to do that. I love puzzles.
One more.
I'll be there Friday. I'll be there Friday.
Oh, it's
whatever
Friday?
You want to do it, that's fine.
But whatever day, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, I can't do Friday. Friday's my day. I work in Arizona.
Gonna do Friday anyway. I got
Arizona. You going to Arizona?
No, I do tele-psych.
Oh,
I see patients in Arizona.
That's cool. Yeah.
right. Well, looking forward to it. She also what you didn't show her the book. The other book you got.
1 second, I'll go get it.
This is what we have to do. So this is what college gets you for those that are watching. This is what college gets you. You turn into children because you're like, I spent all this money and now I have none. So I have to act like I'm a child because I don't have any money.
Yeah. Or you do video game challenges.
Got to. Girl, I'm about to plug up my Nintendo.
I have my Nintendo upstairs too.
I'm about to. What you want to play?
Oh, I got all the games, girl. All the games.
Me too. Oh, she back.
Big book of Rebus puzzles.
And I got 2 of them. So they're the puzzles where you have to figure out what it's saying. What does it mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So We
Close
did
it
it.
on up. Close it on up. Don't look at it.
No, I
Yeah,
was just trying to find
'cause I
one.
was looking at it. I was like, okay,
But
I
yeah,
know what
well,
that one
anyway,
mean.
so I got it's a bunch of them, like a lot of them.
Oh,
So
I
I
love
found
brain teasers. I love brain teasers.
yeah, anything that challenges your mentally. So Brandy, myself, and my best friend Jay, we were
I'm her best friend, but he's also a friend.
yeah, he's my best friend, it's not family. And so we had I found our screenshot it and sent them to all three of us, and we gave ourselves 4 minutes. Whoever got the most in 4 minutes. Brandy was kicking butt. Oh gosh. So I said, you know what? Get in the book.
Them things were hard though, man. They had some dumb stuff. Like,
So
anywho,
this one goes from easy to insane. So they start out easy, then they get harder. So we gonna see.
that's fine.
But
I'm surprised you ain't buy. You ain't buy 3 books?
no, what I thought about is I'm gonna take one back because I could have just made copies.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you just need one. Make the copies.
Yeah,
And
I'm like, what about these? What about 2 of these books?
How much is books?
$9.
It's cheaper to buy a book than to make copies.
I don't know about that.
Cause that's 100 pages.
I don't know.
That's at least $10 because it's now I think it's like $17 a copy now.
I'm sorry,
17 cents.
not if you got a printer at home.
Girl, you're still paying for ink.
Right, but anyway,
And paper.
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and keep them. I'm gonna keep them, but I should have bought copies.
You can make just one copy. Now you can just make one copy now to say, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
But find me on
anything?
TikTok, The Great Puzzler. I haven't started yet, but I did get my TikTok page. And so I'm gonna start this weekend. I'm gonna do my first puzzle. It's gonna be a time lapse though.
So you're not going live. Oh, sometimes you're gonna go live.
Well, I have to get 1,000 followers first to go live on TikTok.
That's true.
So right now I'm just gonna be putting out puzzle content.
Okay. Dee, did you have anything? Ashley gave us her wild games. I'll put that up again just in case. Dee, what you got going?
I mean, for those who need psychiatry, you can book me. I'm on Grow Therapy. GROW Therapy.
Do you know how to spell therapy? I know math.
THERAPY.
I could just type it yourself, you know.
You're doing such a great job, though.
All right, appreciate you.
Do you want to put Dr. Jackson?
No.
Did they actually get your name?
It's under Danielle Wilson. DANIELLE.
Try not to spell your name. I don't want to put for psych therapy. For what?
For psychiatry.
Yeah, sound of that.
Let's see if I spelled it right.
You did well.
I'm tired now. My brain is fried.
Yeah, right.
Psychiatry was a toughie. The American language, and this is another reason, and English should not be a major. We shouldn't even have to take English. What other country you know takes their language? Ask somebody in Mexico, do they take Spanish class?
The classes are more about constructing papers, though, and debating. Because you're not really learning English.
So you ain't learned sentence structure?
You're learning prepositional phrase and all that stuff. I think
that's like in middle school. When you take English 1101 and 1102, it's more about like writing papers. English 1102 for me was debate. Oh, I like that class because we had a lot of opposing ideas. We had to debate abortion, death penalty, like those kind of things. And of course, half the class was against, and you had to argue. It was great.
I didn't even know that was a class. I would have signed up for that twice. I didn't have to take it again.
It was debate. Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at it.
It was at USF, girl.
Yeah, I was so ready to get away from that darn school. When they charged me to do my homework, I was done. I was done with them. I took a chemistry class, and your homework was online, and you had to pay for access
Oh yes, the access code to be able to do your homework. I hated that.
What you mean?
Because
I
after
gotta
you just
to
pay
do my
for this
homework?
textbook, and then you got to pay for the access code to be able to get your homework done. I hated that.
I'm as done with you. I was ready to go at that point. School was not for this was not for me. But anywho, do what works best for you. But I'm not gonna I will encourage my kids to pledge a Greek letter organization though.
That's one thing I regretted, not pledging.
Me too.
Because yeah. No, definitely encourage that.
Yeah.
So, but you got to go to college. But some organizations you don't have to go to college for a year. Some you have to be there for a certain number of college, collegiate credits. And in order to get in the grad chapter, you got to graduate. So, but how society's working, they may change that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to
do you have to graduate from the school that you want to join a grad chapter for?
No, you can join the grad chapter for in your county.
Say again?
You join a grad chapter for your county. So like Deltas, you would join. I had to join Seminole County grad chapter because that's where I live. I'm putting all my business out there.
You don't have to. You don't have to join. No. That's not true.
That's how it is here.
That's not true.
Because so where you live or where you went to school in?
To join within your county or within your area because it's not necessarily counties. Because like, our Tampa has 3 Zeta chapters. So it's like you don't have to join within your. They encourage that because they feel like you'll be more active if it's near where you are. But you can join a chapter in friggin' DC if you want.
And because the one here, they're not doing it. They haven't done it for years. Like had a new line. Yeah. So it's like
go to Orange County, go to Volusia County. You don't have pick one. You can go wherever you want.
Okay.
I should encourage that since that's where you're going. I mean, but that's actually a great networking group to go in. I just don't like their anyway.
Right.
That's a good choice for you.
But you know what? I'm gonna say that one thing I do like is like your freshman year of living on campus. I don't think I'd give that up. I didn't have
that. You didn't have my roommate.
Huh?
That's because you didn't have my roommate.
I didn't really have a roommate.
See, I didn't have that. I never lived on campus.
Oh, I liked because that's what I'm saying. Living on campus, it's just like such a different experience. And I lived on campus my first year, and I wouldn't give that experience up because it's like you are actually when you're commuting, you have a different experience in college than somebody who lives on campus because you actually do things on campus, all the events, you take part in all the events and the activities.
And you walk across Holly to go see your peoples. You be like, hey, what you doing? I ain't got nothing to do. I'm coming over.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's just a more community based and you just get more involved. Because I realized when I went to FIU, it was so different from when I was going to USF because I was commuting. I was never on campus. I was not taking part in any of the events or anything like that. So I wasn't really involved. I didn't really feel like that was my school. So usually when people say, oh, where'd you go to college? USF. Because I didn't really feel like part of FIU.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Clark. Because I drove, parked, went to class, went home. Like there was no reason to hang around. You're just there.
Right, and you hang around in like what the food? What do they call it? The food? Whatever.
The food court.
It wasn't called the food court.
I almost said DFAT, but they call that in the military.
We had a food court at USF.
The Marshall
Center had a food court.
Forget the food court. I'm talking about
the cafeteria.
Oh, they want to call it a cafeteria.
Well, Andros and Argos.
Goodies. What's it called? Goodies. Yeah, I think it was. You hang out there and you chill, whatever. But I know I was done. I was done with USF a few times. They had fish chowder on the menu. I said, "What the? You mean clam chowder?" I feel like they were using the fish from yesterday, and you just like, you know what? We're gonna make some fish chowder with there.
That's not what we did. Huh? We didn't do that. Remember, I worked in Andros.
I know, but when I went to that one time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go across campus to go to this other one because they tripping. But I mean, on-campus experience is great. I regret not pledging undergrad. Well, I couldn't, but it would have been nice to pledge undergrad. 'cause you
Yeah,
get
the
to
experience is different pledging undergrad as well.
Right, but still, go to trade school. Just do on the job training for a lot of these degrees that they have. You know, you need a degree to be a librarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister
You
has a
need a
bachelor's.
degree?
I think she has a master's. I forgot what my sister has. She's a librarian.
For what? To tell people to shh.
That's not all librarians do.
That's all they do. And they put books back. I can do that.
That is not what librarians.
No, the ones that have a degree, that's what the assistants do.
Yeah,
I asked at our public library, I'm like, well, what do you really do? And she was like, no, we have to do a lot. And she
they
was
do
saying,
the event plannings. They do all the different things with the community and stuff. So
No degree needed.
yeah, they do the researching. It
They
sounds
order books.
it was a lot that they do. I
my
don't
sister
think
always seemed like she was stressed.
I don't think you need a degree, but it is a lot. Like I think that the pay is justified for a librarian versus the assistants. I do believe that. Because they get paid good.
I know. But they need experience so they can't get a job just yet.
I think certain things in the art, well, yeah, I think certain things in the art you need a degree.
In the art, like
In
what?
art?
They have acting
arts.
theater degrees. The freak for what?
I wish people asked their photographer, do you have a degree? I wish they asked that question before they hired them, because then I'd be doing better. But they don't. But I think like curators, yeah, like that's a big job.
You got to know your stuff.
Yeah. You got to. Oh, that's a big job.
You can learn that.
I think that could be a technical
museum.
certification, though.
You what?
I think it could be a technical certification instead of a degree.
Right.
I don't think you should have to go to college for that and get student loans for that.
You shouldn't. They have art degrees.
I
Dance
think
degrees.
I think we're the problem though. We're the ones who's accepting that you have to have a degree for it. Because
Because that's what they were telling us. That's what they were hammering into our heads since we were
I'm-
younger. Like, you need to go to college so you can get a job.
I'm saying certain jobs that, like now you need a license to be a beautician and all this kind of stuff. We're going
Right.
for it. Like, instead of saying, no, you don't need that.
I
was doing
think
just
you need
fine.
that.
No, I remember when you had to now have a license to braid hair. People that wasn't washing, all they doing is braiding. And that became a big thing, especially in the Black community, that they made them start getting licenses, or they were shutting them down, fining them. Like, we the ones who's
Because
allowed.
the government needed to make money off you.
Yeah.
Right. How you making
Because
money?
to me, we used to braid hair in garages and in their house.
Dorm rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
I know I can't count how many times I got my hair braided in the dorm room.
Yeah. I braided your hair a couple times.
I was talking trash, but anyway. Yeah. Had to get it done. I mean, what you need a degree for? What do you're not putting any chemicals in my hair? You're not doing nothing, you just braiding my job.
Just braiding it.
I washed my hair before I came here.
You helping it grow.
But now that they have all these esthetician stuff, I definitely want you to have your license. I definitely want you to have your training.
Yeah, for my skin, for sure.
For my lashes, for my eyebrow tattoos, for my whatever microdermabrasion, whatever.
I want to do that. I want to do a microderm. Is it a skin peel?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm scared.
I don't really do the aesthetics. I do I've done a facial. A facial is nice and wild because they get rid of all the pores and stuff. And once in a while, I get that done.
I don't have to touching me though.
I think you need a training. I was just about to say you need to train to be a masseuse.
Absolutely.
You better mess my darn muscles up.
Not only that, but like, for example, if you got to know where your pressure points, you got to know like different areas, because you can send a pregnant woman into labor if you push the wrong pressure points.
That's what I'm saying. You better mess my body up because you don't know the muscles, you don't know what's going on.
And you better talk about. Sorry about that.
You need to take anatomy classes. Like, you need to know.
That's some good anatomy class.
You ain't finna tell me you just decided you wanted to start doing massages and
I'm-
no. Where did
that's what
you
they
go to
do.
school? That is
Like
a
the
where
dude-
did
like
you
the-
go to school?
Like the dude we saw at the taco place. D.
Huh?
He ain't go to school. I'm sure he did.
The one who had that?
The guy at the taco place.
Oh man. No.
Yeah, I got a place up the street. I'm,
He's
I
like,
like-
I'm not. He's like, I'm not a masseuse. I'm a massage therapist.
I don't call me masseur. I was like,
That's the
okay.
people that saw them massage videos online, massaging them girls.
Oh, the ones
And
where
then-
they grab their neck and grab their hair and ooh,
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
trying.
ready.
That ain't working.
like ooh, pull it.
You know, when you go like when you run 5Ks and stuff like that, they have, or at least some of them have the massage lines, and you can get a massage after the run, and it's free.
Oh,
Yeah, and they clean it down, and then you can get like a 10-minute. You know, you could tell them what area you want it on.
that's nice. I've never run a 5K, so that's
Oh.
nice.
I was trying to market to the runs and stuff like that for them to get like IV hydration.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
That's my little side business that I haven't been able to get off the ground.
Okay, let's
Who'd you
get
reach out to?
it.
Right.
And is that the growth therapy?
No, growth therapy is psychiatry. The
Okay.
other one is IV hydration.
What's the
And
name
now,
of
Drip and Renew. I do vitamin B12 and all of that. I do for pregnancy, for athletic training, for migraine. I have the migraine cocktail for people who suffer from migraines. There's a whole bunch of them for vitamin C. Like they have the COVID-19 ones where it's like have vitamin C, D, and zinc.
And you're certified to do that?
Yeah, I'm a registered. I was an ER trauma nurse. You have to be good at putting in IVs.
No, I'm saying like that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
certified.
Leave it up. I'm gonna take a picture on my phone.
Well, okay. We could just inbox her.
Or I could just take a picture like I just did.
Right.
Everybody smile. Got it.
But yeah,
Okay. Well, that requires education. That requires some college. Just so y'all know,
Where-
who's watching, requires some college.
Bro, why we look crazy and D look nice?
You got me on a swing. Do it. Take it over.
Can you see that? You like you look like you got electrocuted. Hold on, let me do it again. Put it back up. Well, I guess y'all need to put it up.
Oh, I'll put it back up.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Please.
Oh, that reminds me of Miranda sings.
Anyway.
I need to keep my teeth, man. I need to keep my teeth. Y'all pray for me. I want my teeth to last until I'm 120. In the ground. 10 years after I go.
I got my dental appointment tomorrow.
I guess I asked offline.
Dentists need to go to school too.
That part.
It's medical.
They charge too
That's
much.
medical. That's
That's
medical.
That is medical.
What is that?
Yeah,
You do
I
that.
do have the I do have the autoimmune ones.
That's Whitney.
Oh,
Whitney, reach out to Danielle. Inbox her on Facebook or yeah, I'll try to add her for you. Oh, this is too much. Uh-oh.
well, let's talk about it.
There she go. Talk about what?
The drip and renew.
yes.
Drip, drop, drippity drop.
Yes, I have my flyer, my pamphlets, and all of that. I went and did all that stuff. I made my stuff. What's that thing that you make the flyers and business cards on?
Canva.
Canva. hmm I made all that stuff. I did all that work, and I was just too lazy to do the marketing. I was just too lazy.
Well, So
I got
that's
that
that.
down.
See, networking, people. That's all you need. You don't need college. You just need a network. It's not what you know, it's who
It's
you
who
know.
you know.
Anyhow.
Yes.
Well, ladies, do you have anything to add to round it off with?
So should you have the starting question was, should be people 18 years old be expected to know what they're going to do for the rest of their lives? I know people in their 30s that don't.
That part. No, I don't think so. Because time is changing.
Times are changing, and listen, there's more different unconventional ways to make money now. All these side jobs that you can go online. Look at how many people making money off of YouTube. Look at that little boy. What's his name? Ryan's World. That boy's a millionaire.
A gamer. Yeah. He does the game.
He's the one who opens. No, he's the one who opens gates and does like
game. Yeah, the game guy.
Toys and stuff.
Yeah, toys.
I think that cartoons based on him now.
I think that by the time, if you have to know, because technology moves so fast, what you think you want can be obsolete the next 6 months.
Right.
You out of business. You don't spend all that time, because it's happened to me twice. I tell you, twice.
A movie I'm going to recommend is Leave the World Behind.
Oh, such a good movie.
My God. When I say, do you know Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were producers on that?
Executive producers.
Is that the one with Julia Roberts?
Yes.
Can we talk about the ending? Because
Can we talk about this? Can we discuss this?
Look,
I'm open to this.
Y'all might want to click off now. Y'all might want to exit now. But it was a really good movie.
It was a great movie.
Was there an ending?
No,
there was. So it was left up to you, basically, because you know that they're eventually going to find the little girl and then basically use that little bunker that she got.
It was no ending. It was very frustrating. That was frustrating, but it was still, even with a bad ending, it was still good. That was a good movie.
It just shows like how, like all these movies that show us how dependent we are on technology. Because I was talking to my boyfriend about it. He's like, see, this is why you got to be good with reading maps. Because one thing that was brought up in the movie is the fact that they took down all the street signs. Because that's like a war tactic. Because, my boyfriend's military.
I missed that part too.
So,
they took down the street signs.
Yes. So whenever there is war going on anywhere, they take down, when there's active, it's like a defense tactic where they take down all the street signs. So only locals will know where they're going. Like anybody else won't know. Like anybody who's not from there.
That's why the guy got lost.
Correct. That's why the guy got lost, because there was no street signs. Because initially when he first went there, he was able to follow the street signs and be able to find the house. Afterwards, he drove out and then he got lost. And then he wasn't able to find his way back. But because the other black guy, he's from there, he knows the streets like the back of his head. That's why he was able to know where his house was.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, I missed that. I thought it was good on so many levels, and I was riding the day, and I was thinking, because it's getting chilly on and off here, and in my car, my steering wheel I have a steering wheel warmer, and I'm riding. I'm like, if they take my little technology, we're gonna be in some trouble, y'all. My little comfort.
You see how that little girl was tripping,
right? She wanted to watch. She wanted to watch the end of Friends.
And so, everybody was saying that she's on the spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
She might have been. But the thing is, she's looking for that little piece of joy left, because with all of this going on, she's just looking like my boyfriend. He was just so detached from that. He was like, "What's wrong with this girl? What's wrong with her?" I said, "She's just looking for a little piece of joy with all the bullshit happening in the world right now." Like,
and she said it too.
She's like, "It just makes me happy." And the thing that happened with Teslas, I said, "Oh, this is making it so I never have a car that's completely dependent on technology to function."
I caught that right away. When I saw all them cars, I said, "Oh, they self-driving."
Yeah, once it said self-driving, and then she turned around, and then it was coming. She was there telling her husband, "Get in the car." He's like, "Why? I want to stop and say." She's like, "Get in the car."
There's nobody in that car.
a good thing he listened, because some people still want to try to do a survey and try to
Been
figure
hit
out
by a car and I
stuff.
would have drove off with
I
him.
would have, yeah, he would
between
have
two
had to
Teslas.
been, yeah, you would have been between some Teslas. But
So one thing my friend and I were discussing was the whole thing about, okay, what would you have done in that situation? So you have now rented an Airbnb.
Yeah, bro, you're not coming in here.
You rented an Airbnb, and then the owners say, hey, I'm gonna give you half the money you paid, $1,000, because that's their, and because of course the girl kept on bringing up, she's like, because this is in fact our house. And I could see it from both sides, because he came to his safe place because he didn't want to be in the city. Where else are you gonna go?
sir,
This is a $1 million house that he paid for.
You gotta wait till my time is up.
You sure do. And unfortunately, when it's up, you're gonna kick me out because I didn't let you in.
Exactly, because I didn't return, because I didn't do what was right. But I don't know that yet. I don't know that's that road. I'm walking down that road. I don't know I'm crossing that bridge and no return. But I'm gonna go ahead and walk across it, because you can't come up in this house
at all.
I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have did it.
That's why she was so. That's why she was so angry the whole time. And of course, the little girl just thought she was racist.
She was.
Which one? The little girl was racist, or Julia Roberts?
Julia.
Oh yeah, she said something about her hair. Oh, you not gonna sue me because of your hair?
No, a lot of stuff she said, and then she admitted it. She said, "I don't know why I do this." She said, "I understand that this is not right, but I don't understand why."
No, she said that she doesn't like people.
She said I hate people.
She doesn't understand why she doesn't like people.
That was one of the first lines she said in the movie is, "I fucking hate people."
Yeah, she did say that.
But when they came to the door,
you can't come up in here. And plus, the daughter was being real disrespectful. I was like, nah, you ain't coming in here. Oh, nah.
No, she wasn't being. See, I didn't take that, because when Julia Roberts made that comment, she was like, "This is your house," but if she alluded to this, you don't match this house.
Yes, it's basically the energy, like, oh,
right,
this is your house.
The daughter was like, wait a minute, because she was picking up on the underlining stuff, and the dad was trying to gloss over it. He caught it, but he didn't want to acknowledge it. So because of the generational gap, they're more in your face, lack of disrespect. But I feel like had Julia Roberts not, or her character not portrayed that energy, she wouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Because I know
since the moment she met them, she was just like, oh,
yeah, this don't match up.
Can I see your ID? Can I see? The man brought keys into the house, showed you he had the keys for the liquor cabinet. Showed you that
this it took you too long to get in the liquor cabinet though. It did take I would have looked sideways too. I'm like, he don't know which key go to his liquor cabinet. And plus, I need somebody to translate what that Spanish lady said.
Oh,
she has no captions.
She was saying,
go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
She was saying that she was far with that something happened to her house, and she needs somebody to help her because she was stuck. There was like, you're the first person I've seen in, I forgot how many hours she said. She said, you're the first person I've seen. Can you please, like, she was basically just asking for help because there was nobody else. And her house, something happened to her house. I think people had raided her house or something.
Yeah, and she said that, and she did say it was some red stuff falling down.
Yes, the red stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said that, and then he drove off on her because she was like, "Don't leave me," or whatever.
But of course, because she was
that. You don't even know no Spanish, bro.
I understand, but I can't say, and I think I don't speak Spanish because I have a fear of sounding foolish. But I can understand when people are talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. You can take it or leave it. A true story, because my faith in God was so strong. It still is strong. But when I was in high school, I just believed God was going to let me open my mouth and speak Spanish one time, because there was a bunch of Spanish speakers. I said, Lord, give me the ability. I opened my mouth and I made up words, and it was so embarrassing. But I had faith to walk on water. God he didn't answer that one. But I understand it, but I can't speak it.
Well, that was interesting.
Or when the boy's teeth fell out.
That's because he got bit by that bug, though.
No, that's not deer, because the bug that bit him was a deer tick. The deer ticks don't cause that. It's a sound. The frequency of the sound, what it does, because remember, teeth is bone, and that sound was sharp enough to be able to loosen bone. So that's why his teeth were falling out. Because everybody else who was screaming, anybody else who heard the sound, they did not clench their teeth. He clenched his teeth. He was like, "Arr!" when the sound came. Everybody else was like,
Yeah,
so
I
he-
picked up on that, but I thought it was that bug.
yeah, deer tick. That's not a symptom of deer stuff. That's not a symptom
So what was the significance of the deer tick then?
because it was supposed to put you
Oh,
off. It
you
was
off.
supposed to throw you off.
Why would they
And
want to throw you out?
Because
Did I
either
know?
way, he still had the symptoms. Because he still had the fever and all the other symptoms of being bitten by the tick. So he still had those symptoms, but that had nothing to do with why his teeth fell out.
And the neighbor told him why the teeth was coming out. He told it. He said
Yeah.
because of the sound. But what threw me off and what I still don't get is them doggone deer when they was coming up to that girl. Not them being there, because I understand that animals sense stuff. But
Okay.
when they was in that girl's face, what was that about?
What she said is the animals are trying to tell us something.
You talking about her, the black girl?
The black girl.
Like,
But
when they were
why-
like all like around her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they were all
I
just
get
staring
that
at
part,
her.
but it was like, what was that about? I get trying to tell us, whatever, but
How
it
they
was
were
like-
right in
it
her
was
face.
like freakishly.
Because of
like,
course she couldn't back.
damn.
Like she felt like if she backed up, they would charge at her.
Yeah, but
But
what
why
was that
were they
freaking
there?
about?
And side note, Ethan Hawke and Kevin Bacon look a lot alike.
Yeah, they do.
Just gonna
One
say
thousand.
that.
Yes, they do.
I'm like,
They
why are you playing two
absolutely do.
characters? But this is something that got me.
What?
She said,
When
"Why
that
you
black
playing
guy saw the planes crashing
Yeah, what about it?
and nobody went back to see it for themselves. Because if I was Julia, I would have said, show me.
No, because she saw the cruise ship come on shore. She
Right,
don't believe him.
I would have said, show me. Because
This
that
man
freaked
came
me
back
out.
soaking wet in his suit, and
He didn't have to go, he didn't have to fall down there because you could see it from from the cliff. I'm like, that freaked me out. That part really, I'm getting chills. That part freaked me out. That all of them was crashing in the same spot. That
Yeah.
freaked me out. I said,
because it messed up
Lord,
the
God.
navigation. Because all of them depend on the satellites, and the
Right.
satellites
I
were
said,
disabled.
Lord, keep me, Lord. I got to be raptured on the first go round. I ain't gonna hold you. That
Legit.
got me. That was a good
me on
movie.
the first go round. I don't want
That
to
was
be
a good
I
movie.
don't need no second chance.
My friend was
Just-
like, if that was happening, just let me die in my sleep. I don't even want to be up for that to happen. She was like, no. She's like, that's too much.
That was a good movie. I feel like they should win awards.
Absolutely. That movie was
everybody in there. I
excellent.
think the worst actor
I
in
don't-
there, though, was the black girl.
Really?
Really, I think the son.
I think his position was more insignificant.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
son.
his role was too small for him to be of any impact, really.
I
think
don't
he
think any of them should win an award. I don't think the acting was the best. I think the black guy did a great job, and the
and
neighbor.
Julia Roberts.
I thought she was okay.
No, he's
I
talking
think
about
the
Kevin
neighbor.
Bacon did a great job.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was the
Kevin Bacon. Yes.
That was the
Kevin
neighbor.
The contractor. Mhm.
Yeah, him and the black guy. But I think they should win awards just based on content, the writing. The writers need to win something. It was very like,
Director should win something.
yeah, the director.
Because I was in here like, okay, let me go. Let me go. You know what? Let me just finish this real quick. Had 18 million other things
was-
I need to do.
But the thing is, the whole time I thought it was going to be a scary movie because the music was so eerie. The music was so eerie.
I agree.
And I was just like, I'm just waiting for something to happen where somebody gonna die in front of you, like somebody gonna get found. Because when she was staring off in space, I thought she saw the little girl hanging from a tree or something. Like I thought something else had happened. But then she looked to the side and then she saw the fact that it was a nuclear bomb dropped there. But it's
I thought the whole time the black guy was gonna end up being like a big, like a monster, like a villain. Because every time he came on, the music would get crazy.
I thought they were con artists at first.
At first, I thought they were con artists too. I thought so too. I thought they were gonna go in the house because even when she said, "Oh, just make them think," we can't scare them. We have to make them think that it's good. There's gonna be. When he said that, I was like, "Hold on," and then she was like, "It is, isn't it?" And I was just like, "I was like, what's happening right now? Are the black
They talk
people gonna
about
kill all the white people
hackers.
in the house?"
She was like hackers, and yo, you don't want to leave until you hear about the hackers. Like I was like, oh, so they found out that they're hacked. So they're the hackers. What the heck?
No, but after they went through the night and stuff like that, I realized that no, something else was going on.
Yeah.
Like after we saw the TV reports, the stuff pop up on her phone, we realized that okay, but we knew the whole time that he knew something. He knew something. He was not saying anything.
But he said that through his line of work, though. He said what he does for the government. That
She introduced him as a musician at the symphony. So I didn't know anything about his line of work until he actually revealed that later on, saying that okay, he works because she said he was something about the symphony, like he was
I thought they just went to the symphony.
Yeah, I remember saying he worked at the symphony, but it threw me off though because I thought they was lying when he said they found out on the way and then he left his jacket.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh.
But when she asked him for the ID, I thought that's when I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I said she caught him. I said, see, he a bad guy.
Yeah.
I knowed it because I be guessing
the whole time.
I knowed it.
It was like, I was like, that is a legit ask. Like that is a legit ask.
That's what I said when she asked him for the ID. I said, okay, well that's a legit.
Right, and then the fact that he go by his initials sometimes and his
the GH.
I said, it's something about them, and I thought it was a couple.
Oh, you thought the daughter and the father was a couple?
Yeah. I thought it was.
But I understood how she was because he was like, because my boyfriend was like, why is she acting like that? I said, because the girl probably think the girl's scared because she think her mama dead.
No, I thought it was a couple because when she told him to get in a bed with her, that's when I thought it was gonna be revealed that they a couple.
Oh no.
Why you gotta whisper it, Mama?
I didn't think that.
Because I was like, she lying, that ain't his daughter. And so I get in the bed and then it seemed like they was cuddled up. I said they a couple. But then
really?
I thought they were a couple when they first came to the door. I was like, why are you dating that?
Yeah, at the first, that's what I thought.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was a couple lying to be daughter and then they, when it was gonna be just them, because she's like, you can get in the bed. And I'm like,
no, I took that as something being innocent because of the fact that she was terrified. Well, because that scene happened after the loud sound came out. That scene happened after everything else had happened. So I didn't think anything of, when she said, because the first night he slept on the floor. It wasn't until like when the people came back, that's when they slept in the bed together. When the people left and then they came back because the cars were crashing. Then when they came back, that's when he slept in the bed with her.
I don't know I'm trying to figure out who would have been a driver for that part, because we got to dodge cars at this point. Like we're dodging cars.
Well, you don't have time to switch driving because he didn't get it, so you can't sit there and it ain't no rock paper scissors. I'm gonna be the one driving, and I felt like, why wasn't nobody screaming uncontrollably?
For what?
Because that's what you would have did.
Right. If I would have saw the cars doing that, everybody just calm. Everybody sleeping in their own beds again. I mean, the kids did join them, but it's like, why is no one having a mental breakdown right now?
They were, and that's why the little girl was like, what?
Not how Ashley means it. Ashley,
literally they should have been.
I would have been biting people, screaming, just random people, just random screams of terror. We could have been sitting there and I just stopped. I would have started laughing.
Oh, you saying that everybody was too calm for your liking?
Yeah, I'd have been laughing. Just having.
You would have had to get away from me.
That's what I'm saying. No one did that. Nobody. Everybody kept their cool. Not happening. I would have been trying to fly.
Yeah, she would have been screaming. I would have had to tranquilize her.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have given you an antipsychotic.
And I would have been very appreciative because I would want to sleep through that. Put me to sleep.
I feel like when they saw that boat, I'd have been like, That should be clue number 1, 2, and 3 for me.
No, it didn't throw me.
That I'd have been like, why is this boat coming this way? It
The
can't.
little
It can't
girl
stop here.
was staying there for hours watching this boat. Like she stood, she looked like she
And
didn't
she did
move for
not
like
get sunburned.
she didn't lose her vision for like she watched it for a good 30 minutes, just stay there staring at it. That's
And
when
she
I was
did
just
not
like, yeah,
get
she's on the
sunburned.
spectrum.
I think what would have got me though for that scene is if that boat would have came, but in the distance you could see another boat
Oh, that would have been good.
for like a few seconds, and then they moved to another thing. That would have been.
So he
But
told me
that-
That would have been good.
So my boyfriend said that those boats, those oil rigs are completely controlled by the satellite.
Yeah, believe it. I believe it.
He's like, those are driven. So the only thing that the person who was driving the boat, they alerted people like to let the horn go off. But really and truly, the most he can do is try to steer it a little bit to make it to go into shore, and that was probably the safest thing because otherwise the oil would have spilled in the water.
But that makes sense because everything was focused in that area. All navigation was telling them to go there.
Yeah.
That's like all the cars, all the planes, all the boats. So that makes sense.
And planes, when they're in the air, it's on a navigation system. Pilots aren't flying those planes. It's literally on a set navigation.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do a whole bunch of stuff in order to put it on the path you want it to go. But you also have to contact air traffic control to get those numbers so that you can dial in where you're trying to go. So
how do you know that? You sound like you have your license.
Who?
Not yet.
Who you?
I have my restricts, but not yet.
She has a pilot's restricts.
Planes.
But yeah, man, I thought when I was like, what?
It was a good movie.
Something that pissed me off though, something that really pissed me off is when they were running from the boat. Why are you running that way?
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't you run back?
Why would you run back? Away from the boat.
No, that made sense to run out of the way of because they didn't know how far it was gonna go.
First of all, they ran backwards and then they ran to the side. To me, I would have ran all the way to the side, to the opposite side of where the boat was going.
No, I would have ran at a diagonal, back and side. We're going to like, why are you? This is a huge boat. You don't run that fast.
I don't know. I just would have ran. I know I wouldn't have ran back. I wouldn't have ran to it. But I have a question though. If you have a movie idea or like a series idea, do you have to write it out in order to pitch it, or can you just pitch the idea and let them take it from there?
That's a Brandy question.
So it depends on if you want to get got or not. You could tell me something and I can act like you didn't tell me it and write it myself. Even if we sign something, I can have somebody else.
Because unless you like copyright it or whatever, have it patented or whatever.
Your best bet is to have somebody that you know write it, have a deal with them. Mm-hmm. But I would never advise pitching something without writing it if you want to get paid for it.
Because I think I have a pretty good idea for a series.
You can shoot concept.
But I don't want to.
Movie Contagion. So right before the pandemic.
Oh wait, hold on. Ash, we can talk about that.
Okay.
Right before the movie, right before the pandemic happened, there was the movie Contagion.
Mm-hmm.
That was also funded by the Obamas.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the Obamas,
are they trying to tell us something?
Right, because I think that threw me off too. I think that threw me off having their names show up like that so big in the beginning.
I didn't even see it. It wasn't until my boyfriend pointed it out to me. Like, oh, did you know that they're producers? He said directors at first, but did you know they're
executive producers? No, their name in the opening credits it shows up. Seems like bigger than everybody else's name, and I think that played a big part because now you're trying to say, what are they trying to, because that's in the back of my mind. I kept thinking the Obamas are doing this. Like, this can't be what I think it like. What's really, what is the movie about? Because they wouldn't support, that thing threw me for a loop.
See, I'm glad I didn't see it because that would have prepared my mind to think something else. I thought it was going to be a horror movie. initially because of how the music was, and
I
it's so
still thought that.
creepy.
I
I
still
knew
thought
they
I
produced
thought it was a conspiracy horror. Like it was just a lot going on. I'm
Horror.
like, this is a lot.
But they said that like in previews that the Obamas produced it.
I never
I
saw the
didn't
previews.
see the preview. Yeah, I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see the previews. My friend was just like, "Girl, watch this movie," and I said, "Anytime she tell me to watch a movie, I'm gonna watch it because she knows."
I feel like I saw back to back, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. Golly.
No, I didn't
I
see
think
that.
because I don't watch TV, maybe that's why.
Oh no, this was on like at the beginning of the whole Netflix thing when you click on the Netflix originally, and then it shows you like a show.
A preview. Oh,
Every
okay.
time mine was showing that, so I was like, okay, I like him. I like Marshall. Blah, 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 blah. Why not?
Mahershala Ali.
What's his name?
Mahershala Ali.
Just awesome. He's such
You
a good
so
actor.
late. You so late.
Better late than never.
Haven't seen it yet, and now I'm going to be tainted. You should have.
Who is
Miss
that?
me?
It's off. We said spoiler alert.
Bonza
Who was that?
Townsend Tracy.
Did you miss me?
We did.
Don't
We
read.
did.
But I'm about to jump off. You
So
jumping
what are we
on.
talking about tonight?
Oh, we already talked about the college thing, but then we started talking about. All right, later. We
Have you
started
seen the
talking
movie
about
Leave
life
the World
after-
Behind?
What we talking about? Life after.
Leave the World Behind.
Yeah, I started that, and
Finish it.
somebody said it's not a movie; it's a warning.
Who I said that?
It could be. It
And
could
then they
very-
said because the Obamas produced it, that it should be taken. I just saw Brandon was live and jumped my butt on.
Who
Me
is
too. That's exactly how I'm here tonight.
that?
Thanks,
Who is
Steve.
that?
Bonza. Her name
Where's
is Bonza
ST3?
Townsend Tracy.
I've been gone for 2 weeks. Where's ST3?
I'm not in my back pocket. So, but anywho, finish the movie. You can still watch it, because it's actually very interesting. I still want to know the point of the ending. I'm going to.
Oh
need
no!
to know
Don't
the
tell
point
me.
of the ending.
I got to go.
No, we're not gonna tell you the ending. We're just because
Bands
Bonza
are
like
like
20 Bonza.
How long he been saying that? Bands are like.
But anywho, well, thank you for jumping on.
Oh.
Is there any other movie that we should talk about? I don't think there is.
Oh, we're leaving. Good night.
Here we are. You all have a great night. So we go from I just because you're still here smiling. so we went from college, but we can talk about that series though, legit. We talk about that.
Okay.
She helped with the
All right. Love you. I'm out.
Went from talking college to talking a movie that people clearly should watch, so we can talk, so you guys can actually like let us know what you think about the craziness or the warnings. I feel like they're warnings because for real, legit, if we get cyber hacked, like seriously, cyber security is a big thing. That's what we're like. If you're gonna go to school for something, go to school for cybersecurity, because if something happens, we rely so much on technology. That's why, like a lot of times, I leave my phone at home, and my ringer be off, and people are like, I called you. I'm like, yeah, well, didn't get it because my phone was off, my ringer was off, and I don't be relying on that. You know what I'm saying? I download a few shows on my Netflix or Hulu and all that stuff. So then, if technology does, act up, I can watch those later. You know what I'm saying? Gotta think. Anywho, thank y'all for joining. Sorry that I was late. Ain't gonna lie, I lost track of time. Today was a really happy, great, filled day. But I thank you for joining me. Ash, D, J, Oscar, Banza. Right, it was cyber war though. It started with, I feel like it was a cyber war. Girl, if you want to jump back on her. But I feel like it was a cyber war, and I don't know. It was the art of war. It was a brilliant art of war, and I hope, and in all sadness, but reality, I hope America paid attention, because we like to think we know everything. hopefully they paid attention to this movie and was like, you know what? We might need to start getting on this cyber thing so that we can do bop in case we have to do the scope. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. Again, thank y'all for joining. Love you much. Please, 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 please like, share, and then subscribe to that right there. Because when I get 5,000 followers, I'm going to run a 5K. That's right. I hate running, but I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna record it. You guys are gonna see me in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. But please subscribe to Raw News No Fluff YouTube page. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being faithful. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being consistent. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night.